What's up, Predator Outdoorsman? Here, and I'm going to be reviewing a new fishing rod holder that I've been using. This is a Brocraft rod holder, and it's very similar to what I have with the Scotty, but instead of a piece of rubber that comes across and locks in, this has a sliding and locking plastic ring right there, and you just lock it around. This works for spinning reels, bait caster reels, spin cast reels, and it's been really good to use. The piece here looks like it probably would fit inside a Scotty mount, but I have not tried that because where I've decided to use it is on my crate system. With my crate system, I was very limited on space in the tank well, and I couldn't use the typical rod holders that you would use on your milk crates or your black packs, and I wanted to be able to carry some extra rods. These have what looks like a Scotty mount, but this is Brocraft, it's not Scotty, and they go in very similar, and then they do lock in place. This button here is how you actually pull it off of the unit. For my crate system and my kayak, what I've had to do is when I stick it in to the holder, it puts the rods at an angle going toward me instead of away from me or up and down. Up and down and away from me would not have worked with my kayak. The bottom of the rods come out to about this far that I've tried, and it gets in the way. The alternative was for me to have one on each side going toward each other, and they make kind of a X up at the tops. Hasn't been an issue because my lures or my hooks are down by the reels, so they haven't actually gotten tangled at all. Small disclaimer, the way that I have it set, the end of the rods are in the water, so they do drag the water when I'm out in the lake. So I've gone to a extremely mossy lake over in Newcastle, Texas, and it did drag moss with it to where I had to pull the moss off, and wasn't a big issue, but just wanted you to know about it. And it's been really beneficial because I put it in and lay it across, and then I lock it into place. It does bounce around. It's not going to be extremely tight, but neither are the ones that you would put on a milk crate system or black pack. And with some of the rods that I have, it puts the lure actually down in this area, because if it's a spinning rod, it's going to be lower. The bait cast reels, I believe, puts them right about here. So just like with any time you're dealing with your lures or hooks, you're just going to have to make the appropriate precautions to not get one in you. But this has been a game changer for me, because before I was only able to carry 2 rods, maybe more if I wanted to use the flush mount rod holders and the rod holders up at the front, but it puts a lot of stuff in my way. This allows me to carry extra rods and not have them in the way, so that I can paddle, I can fish, I can land fish without having to move things. And what it also allows me to do is have a different rod and reel setup for times where I need to change baits quickly. So if I'm throwing a top water bait and I notice that I need to start going a little deeper, maybe with like a rattle trap or something, I can have a rattle trap already set up. I can have my shaky head ready to go in case I get to a place that has a drop off on the fish finder and I want to start throwing Texas rigs. So it allows me to change quickly without having to cut it off and retie something completely new on, which has been beneficial and allowed me to catch fish I probably wouldn't have otherwise caught, because when the bite's on, you don't know how long it's going to last. So that's my addition to my Plano crate. If you have comments, leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that button, and if you hit the bell, it'll notify you anytime we have a new video that comes out on the channel. And make sure you like and share it with your friends. We have grown quite a bit from this time last year. The channel's just about doubled in size from 1 year's time period, and that's due to a lot of viewers like you telling their friends about it and getting them on there. So I appreciate y'all doing that for me, and have a great fishing season. I know summer the bite's going to slow a little bit. Probably going to have some tutorials about that and how to use those plastics like with the blue shaky head or a bullet weight, so that you can have a little bit more success when the bite slows during the summer fishing. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you again next time on Red Dirt Outdoorsman.